Welcome everyone to the 12th and final race of the season here in Division 2. The title decider in both the Constructors' Championship and Drivers' Championship here at Suzuka, the Japanese Grand Prix. My name is Enla Phoenix One. I'll be taking you through tonight's action, and I'm joined by Jonathan.
Good evening.
Good evening, indeed. We've got a very large grid for tonight, an exciting title battle in both championships. It looked over in the constructors until, of course, in Abu Dhabi, while I was at work. Williams pulled an almighty comeback, a 1-2, while Ferrari scored absolutely 0 points and came back from being, what was it, 39 points behind to now actually being 4 points ahead of Ferrari. So Williams in the form of Sully and Phantom, 4 points in the lead over Ferrari in the form of Kuko and Gabri. But of course, the Drivers' Championship, I think, is what everyone mainly cares about. Kuko leading on 148 points, followed by Pinky on 137. So an 11-point gap separating those two. No one else left in contention. And as Phantom has just said, we've got a dry to wet race.
Ooh, that's
54% after 30 minutes, says Gabri. Mihai says midway through for a few laps. So apparently it will be raining and then going back to dry. And I'm gonna have to re-invite Edwin. Anyway. It is worth mentioning it is not entirely accurate, this weather forecast usually.
That is true.
But what we can say is we are probably gonna get rain at some point.
Yes. I don't know if you noticed last week, but Phantom winning the race over Sully is the reason that Sully is not in contention today.
Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting decision
like,
by Williams that there was no team orders put in to keep Sully in contention.
It was going to be such a hard shot for him, but it would have still existed.
I mean, you still have to go for it, surely.
Yeah.
But that's done now, it's in the past. Sully's chances for this season are in the mud. But Williams, of course, still have a good chance. Well, they are leading the Constructors' Championship. And with Ferrari, of course, still having to actually fight for the drivers. They can't put all of their focus on the Constructors. They have to make sure Kuko outscores Pinky. Or that Pinky doesn't outscore Kuko by too many points. Pinky being 11 points behind. And I believe in the case of a tie between Kuko and Pinky, it would be Pinky picking up the championship, since he has won 3 races, while Kuko only has 2 race wins. So yeah, in the event of a tie, Pinky would definitely win on countback, no matter what the result of this race is.
What if... I don't know, man.
But you're about to say, what if Kuko wins the race but they tie?
No comment.
Yeah, that can't happen, of course, because Kuko would be the one who, like, Pinky would have to outscore Kuko, which of course can't happen if Kuko wins.
Pinky would finish P0.
I guess he gets 36 points somehow, while Kuko gets 25.
Yes.
Right, the first couple of cars are already out on laps. I believe Flavors is furthest along on one. So we'll go on board with the Mercedes driver and see what the very first lap of this qualifying session looks like. Of course, the S section, a historically very, very difficult section. It has claimed many of drivers. I distinctly remember a particular qualifying session last season where that was one of my opening lines, and the first car off the pit lane, I believe, was Mihai, and immediately on his outlap he crashed the first corner of the S section. So we've already gone longer than last season in terms of how long people managed to negotiate the S section without immediately dying.
Well, Pix did die at turn 1, but avoided any sort of barrier.
Interesting. So, same place, but less of a consequence this time around. Mihai on the lap as well, so I would say keep an eye on him. Flavors, of course, purple in the middle sector as he's the first one completed. Did the tire enter grass before 130? Yeah, that's a bit of time lost right there. It was a bit deep into the Casio triangle. But over the line, it's going to be a 120 29.279 for Flavors. He'll be followed by Dylan. Of course, the controller for both of these guys, it's a big disadvantage at a track like Japan, I would say. And Dylan only marginally faster than Flavors, but he is still faster. Then we've got Borbodinho coming to the end of the lap. We'll see if he's able to outqualify Flavors and Dylan here. Coming down to the line, the McLaren man puts in a 1:28.802 indeed. Provisional pole position. Action Rick behind him. 31.423 goes 4th fastest. Mihai coming up in the final corner. I see a Ferrari ahead of him. That is Gabri on an outlap. Kluko close to finishing lap as well. Pinky on the intermediates, which is an odd choice.
Pinky moment.
Mihai is currently last on a 36.9. He's been beaten by Pinky on the inters. Right, and here comes Kuku over the line. That's gonna be P2 for the Ferrari driver, splitting the McLarens there. Papdog 28.900, Kuku 28.866, and Bombardino 28.802, but quite close there. Less than a 10 between the current top 3 here. What do Williams have to say about that? Sully and Phantom both on laps in the moment, both just coming through the Kobayashi hairpin here, which is not the official name, I believe, but it is what has been branded by Formula 1 fans. Or at least in my world, it has been branded like that. I'm not sure how widely spread that name actually is. Sully in the middle sector has put in a 1:11.9. Phantom Fox in behind him. Edwin goes top of the time siege. 28.777. We've got Sully coming from the Casio triangle now. Final corner for the Williams man. Can he put Williams in a good position for a Constructors' Championship win? Yes, he can. That's pole position for Sully. What about his teammate Phantom? He jumps into first place. The 1-2 for Williams in the moment, but Gabri, can he do something about it? Coming up the line as well. There comes Sean, 28.655. Time's coming in quicker and quicker now. And Gabri,
oh wow,
what a lap that is! 28.018. Pole by 6/10 at the moment over Sean.
Yeah, they're all very closely beating each other.
And then comes Gabri.
Then Phantom and Sean, and yes, 6/10.
That is one hell of a statement from the Ferrari man. He wants to bring the championship home for Ferrari. His teammate currently down in 7th.
Oh,
Some work needed. I think some work is needed there by Kuko to ensure a Constructors' Championship. I mean, in terms of the drivers right now, it'd be fine, but Pinky was driving on the intermediates, so I do think there is more to come by Pinky. Otherwise, jumping into 9th at 28.939. Right, Jeremy wants an invite to watch. I think we do have one space in the lobby just about, so he's gotten lucky there.
Why watch the stream when you could join the lobby yourself?
Fuck's sake, Jeremy, would help if you're online. Dickhead. Taking me out on Saturday and now he's not even online so I can invite him. That's crazy. They did, to be fair. Yeah, he wasn't given the penalty. Which I think is a disgrace. Ban him. I mean, I just could. Nothing is stopping me. Apart from my morals, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you could theoretically ban the entire server. But then you'd have no server.
I mean, I wouldn't have much of a league left, but... Marcelio, over the line, a 29.643. 12th place for the V-Cup driver. Just ahead of the two Alpines, with a significant gap actually. I say just ahead, but it's 1.8 seconds there from Marcelio to Action Rick. That's the only car, I believe, currently on a lap. And it's a 12.752 middle sector, very low on the ERS there. So he's losing some speed all the way down to the Casio triangle.
I think this is going to slot in like P12, 13.
I'd say a little bit higher.
In that gap.
13, you were bang on. 29.744, sorry. Just behind Marcelio. Phantom is already back out on track for his second lap. He's up by a 10th in the first sector. He's actually on worn-out tires as well. He's that's how he was back out so quickly. He just did a cooldown lap, I think, and then went again. And he does seem to, which on Japan is pretty insane because the tire wear on softs is quite bad. And he's still up by 2/10, so Phantom has a lot of pace. Because I think after a quality run, you have about 10% tire wear, which already costs you a load of lap time on the softs. But Phantom is still putting in. Oh, he's run out of fuel.
He's in low fuel. What was the point in finishing that if he...
If you know you're going to be in low fuel, just go back to the pit lane. There was no point in that. Yeah. Now he has to crawl around the track for a whole lap like an idiot.
Mihai on a lap, Kuko on an 8th lap.
Bobbardini on a lap as well. I'm waiting for Pinky to see if he's gonna do anything again. Because he's just sitting in the pit lane.
Maybe he wants to save 2 sets of softs.
Oh, I should jump into second place. 28.603 out of nowhere. I wasn't even aware he's been on a lap.
The only thing I could think of for Pinky is he wants to solve 2 sets of softs because of a potential soft inter-soft race.
Massive gain for Bobbardini. He's up by, what's that, 3.5 tenths, I think that's it.
Yep.
So you might be about to see, well I was gonna say, maybe a new pole time, but no, he's still well off that 28.0 from Gary. But that should be second place.
Mihai has been disqualified.
Yeah, Bobbardini, 28.297, Mihai doing Mihai stuff. Picks us off as well. We joined the track at the Kobayashi hairpin. And yeah, Mihai gotta be starting from 19th place after that disqualification. Very much suboptimal.
Hope Dog was up by 600 in the first sector. I think he is the furthest along of someone on a lap.
Alright, we'll go on board with the McLaren man of Papdog then. His teammate Bobbardini just went to second place. Let's see if he can join him in the front row. Well, no, he can't. If he goes into the front row, Bobbardini will no longer be in the front row, but can join him at the front. Let's word it that way. The middle sector up by 40,000, so a small gain for Papdog here. That could put him a couple places up the field. Hopefully it will give him a bit of a slipstream rather than just blocking him. But yeah, I think that's definitely helped him more than it hurt him. And now up to the line for Papdog. That's a 28.718. Jumps Edwin and Kuku up into 7th place.
Look how tight it is between...
Dylan is up massively, by the way. 7.5 tenths gain for Red Bull man. And he jumps into 3rd place. 28.438. 8 tenths gain in the end.
Ooh,
Edwin just jumping to 3rd place there. Kuku down by 1.5 seconds in the first sector. He will not be improving on that lap. We'll go on board with Sully as he's just starting it up. I didn't see anyone else further along in the lap, so we'll just watch his lap. Currently in 8th place. The Williams boys, they were 1-2 for a bit, now they're 7th and 8th. Some work to be done there. Phantom is still not back in the hill lane, by the way. I think he's just coming around the final corner now, if I see the map correctly. And he's got 5 minutes left to go on qualifying. So that lap where he ran out of fuel cost him so much time for nothing. He will only get 1 more run in the session now. Sully up by 1.5 tenths in the first sector. A good start to the lap. And a very nice Casio, I was gonna say Casio triangle, no, Kobayashi hairpin. Wrong with the slow corners there.
How dare you.
Gabriel on outlap as well, so he's back out on track to try and improve on that 28.0. I think he's just coming across the line. Yep, Gary's starting it up as well now. So I'd say keep an eye out for that. We might be able to see the first 127 in this session.
That should be his final run as well. I don't think he'll get back around, unless he's put in enough fuel. But then, as he said before, the...
Massive gain from Sully. Almost 6 tenths.
From Sully. Does he have anything
might actually have a shot at getting pole position. If he gains a little bit more in the final sector. Oh! And that's a lap down the drain.
He's gonna bring it to the line. But yeah,
he's thrown all of it away there. And he will not get another run in.
Beaten Phantom.
Only 4 minutes to go.
He
only on the same tyre, which will not be a big time gain at all.
He can get around to the pits by 2.5.
Gabri's spun on his lap, and that's Gabri's qualifying done as well. And certainly in this case, because he has got wing damage now. So he can't do another
Yeah.
lap on the same tire. Well, he can, but he won't be improving.
There's a very small chance Sully gets another lap.
On the same tire maybe, but not on the new set, I think.
No, like if he pits, he has like, if he pits, he'll go into the pit lane at 2:30 or so.
He's not gonna make it. Nope. That doesn't work. You don't get
He
in and out
has
the pits
until
within a
about
minute on this game.
150.
You don't get in and out the pit, or in and out of the pits within a minute. It's not possible. If Sully wants to go again, he needs to do it on the same tire. So that mistake would have been very costly for him.
Desi now up by 8/10.
A massive gain there. That'd be
Up
about
to
28.9.
only 12 on the road if that stayed there, but still.
Yeah,
good
massive time
improvement
here, but in terms of position, not actually worth as much as you'd think. But what's the line
Took a
anyway?
very wide line. Goes to
10th place in the end.
ahead of Kuko.
Yeah, Kuku still in the pit lane as well. And the same goes for
Maybe leaving
Pinky.
it as late as possible. There's still quite a lot of time to go here.
It's only 2:45 left. Let's see. Does he go for another lap on this tire or does he go back to the pit lane? Pit lane. So Sully's gonna try and get in and out as fast as he possibly can. We'll see if he makes it. Marcelio about to finish his lap as well, his last lap of the session. Down by 6/10. So no improvement coming from the V-Cup driver, he'll stay in 14th. And since he's low on EIS and doesn't have enough time to get back to the pit and back out, that will certainly not be another lap for Marcelio. He's gonna have to settle for that 29.6. Desi, the only car not in an outlap, but he's on the way back in the pit lane, so currently
Burbadinho,
no
the
car
first
pushing.
man. Burbadinho just starting, going into turn 1 now.
And he's got Kuko coming out right behind him. Kuko's left it quite late.
He should be fine.
Yeah, 140, he'll be fine, but still, it's rather late to come out like that.
Yeah.
Let's see, is Sully out on track by now? Oh, he's still in the pit and that's Phantom Fox leaving. Gonna be very tough for Sully to make the line here.
Sully
Burbadinho
hasn't left
up by
the
a
pit
tenth.
lane now.
I
can't
think
see how
Paplock
long
on a
he's
lap
left
as well.
though.
So the
I
two
think he's
McLarens.
about. Yeah, I think Sully is about 5 seconds short here.
Oh, Paplock! And he's off. Paplock will not be improving. He's gone off into the gravel. That's the end of his qualification. Everyone is out.
Everyone is out at turn 1.
We'll go on board with Burbadinho once again, as he might have a shot at 8 actually beating Gabri. A very strong spoon curve there. Does he improve by enough? Let's see the split sector time. He's up by 1.5 tenths. If he nails the final sector, this could be pole position for Burbadinho, but that 28.0 from Gabri is so strong. Gonna be getting an absolutely perfect final corner, and that looked pretty good. Burbadinho, has he done enough? 28.213, not quite. Stays in second place.
Who's next?
Kuko is starting a lap now. Flavors is next. 5 tenths up. So looking at potential top 10 position for him. 5th place for
Oof.
Flavors. Wow.
Wow. That's a great lap. And he, before penalty,
Pinky
he has
is
finished
once again on the
6th in Abu
intermediate.
Dhabi.
So he is just not taking his qualifying seriously whatsoever.
He really does not care about this championship, does he?
Yeah, I think that's obvious now. Kuku though, he's taking this seriously. He's up by 1.5 tenths in the first sector. A bit of a mistake through Degner 2 as he taps the inside curb and gets loose. Sully's down, he didn't make the line. Phantom Fox on a lap though, so he's Williams' only hope here at challenging Gabri. But of course, with Kuku down in 12th, Ferrari are not looking too good either. Pix coming across the line now, his first and only lap of the session, jumps into 11th. Let's go back on board to
Dylan has a
Kuku.
shot at pole here.
Does he?
3.5
Dylan!
tenths up.
Oh yeah, he does. Over the line, Dylan. Not quite,
Whoa,
but jumps
he
into
lost
second
it in the
place.
final sector.
Phantom Fox and Kuku, I think.
Could go
The only
4.5
cars.
tenths up. He could slot himself into P5 here.
Yeah, that
There might be more in the final sector.
that's crazy close. Those 4 tenths could jump from 13th to 5th. Let's see.
What's it going to be?
4th even.
4th.
Very strong qualifying for the Ferrari boys, first and fourth. And Phantom Fox, the last car still out on track, I believe. Action Rick as well still going, sorry. And over the line for Phantom Fox, that is a 1:28.319 fourth position. And Action Rick coming across the line in the last car at the end now. Does improve by 1.1 seconds, but stays in 16th nonetheless. And Gabri, with that 28.018 he said earlier, at the time was 6 tenths clear, in the end only 1.5. But nonetheless, he is on pole position. And then followed by Dylan in second place, Bobardino in third place, Phantom Fox in fourth place, representing Williams in the Constructors' Championship fight here, Kukro in fifth place, of Ferrari in a very strong position, first and fifth, while Williams are fourth, and where did somebody end up? Eighth? I'm not quite sure, we'll see it in a moment once we have the full results once again. Sully in 10th even, wow. Edwin in 6th place, Flavors with a very strong 7th place, Always as well in 8th place, they're looking very strong. Sean Moore in 9th, Sully rounding out the top 10, then Papdog in 11th, Pix 12th, Desi 13th, Bazooka 14th, Marcelio 15th, Action Mix 16th, and Pinky on the intermediate tires, clearly not wanting to win the championship at this point. I mean, what other explanation is there for this? In 17th, Lanky Brown without a lap to win 18th, and Mihai disqualified in 19th. Well, here we are then on the grid, and you can indeed see that the rain is coming soon. I mean, look at those skies. I have not seen a sky that grey since the last time I watched a Silverstone race. What is that?
I have not seen skies that grey since I was outside.
You looked outside your window, yeah. But it is still dry, for the moment at least. We'll see for how long it will be dry, but a tire choice the tire drivers go for. If we see the entire field on soft, we know it's going to rain soon. But of course the drivers making any final adjustments to their strategies, fuel loads, setup changes. Of course under Park for May they can't do too much, but a little bit of front wing, some brake bias, tire pressures, that's the stuff you can adjust under Park for May still. And it can make an important difference. Especially if you know some rain is coming, you might want to just do some fine tuning to make sure the setup still works in the rain. And then we'll be ready to go for the final time in Division 2 this season. Pinky very much on the back foot and seemingly on purpose. But here we are. The 5 red lights, well 4 red lights, 5 red lights, there we go. And it's lights out and away we go. Gabri on the right hand side getting away pretty decently. Bombardino a bit squirrely. Dylan with an awesome start. Jumps Dylan, Gabri into turn 1. Dylan takes lead. Bombardino going round the outside of Phantom Fox. Kuko round the outside of Phantom Fox as well through turn 2 there. And now down towards the S section. Phantom Fox does come on ahead. Kuko smartly backing out. He knows he just needs to keep that car in one piece to make sure he wins the championship. But of course he's looking on to get past Phantom Fox if he can. And he does have a tire advantage. Phantom Fox on the hards, Kuko on the mediums. And that does tell me the rain is going to come later on in the race if there are quite a few drivers on the hard compound. Gabri as well on the hards. That's how Dylan jumped him, I would assume. Dylan on the mediums with a significantly better start down towards turn 1. Bit of scrapping anyway. Oh, Sully and Always are literally inside each other. What is going on there? And a sent by Pinky down towards the Kobayashi hairpin. I'm not sure if you saw that, but Sully was actively mounting Always on my screen.
It was hard to tell.
That was certainly interesting to see.
I mean, at least Pinky is going up the field.
Yeah, a very strong start by Pinky, you have to say. Up to 11th already. And indeed, it seems to be about, well, I was going to say 50-50, but maybe a 60-40 split in favor of hards, I would say, on purely guesswork. So that would tell me the rain will come maybe just over halfway in the race, according to the weather forecast they had pre-race. Flavors going a bit deep into the Casino Triangle. That will invite Always and Sully in for a move. Sully, of course, a lot of work to do here to make sure Williams can bring home his Constructors' Championship. They had a 4-point gap going into the race, and right now, that 4-point gap is firmly overcome by Ferrari in 2nd and 5th. Always coming out in front, then Flavors. Sully having a look up the inside, but not quite viable. Here comes Pinky though. Maybe down towards the air section. No, never on for. But Sully, what a move! Around the outside of Flavors, who undersees off the grass and allows Pinky through as well. Pub Dog taking avoiding action and gets overtaken by Sean Moore in the process. Very brave move by Sully, and he's pulled it off. Flavors got spooked off the track a little bit, it seemed. No fault of Sully whatsoever, just understeered off while Sully was battling him. And he's dropped 2 places in the process to both Sully and Pinky. At the front though, Dylan in control of this race so far. 7/10 clear of Gary. He's not quite got him out of the DRS range. But it doesn't matter too much around Japan, it's only 1 DRS zone. So in terms of DRS trains, this is certainly one of the less bad tracks, you would say. We do have a bit of a train forming from 1st to 6th place. Always the first car outside of the DRS leaders, of course, with the battle he had with Flavors. That cost him a bit of time. But I'm sure he's going to try to get back into 1 second range and join the fight at the front. Outside of that, the entire field in one train. Mihai with a move on Bazooka for 15th into 130R, and he's pulled it off. Fastest laps coming in, of course, now. And Dylan still
See Sully making a move here.
Bazooka into the pit lane. Sully is gonna send it up the inside. No, he backs out at the end. That could have ended in tears, but Always thankfully saw him in his blind spot. And Bazooka is out. He's in the pit lane. Not sure what happened with him, unfortunately. I can't see all 19 cars in the first lap, just too much going on. But I assume he picked up damage somewhere, had some type of incident. And yeah, just a rage quit, I guess. Or he has to go. People are sometimes busy. It is a thing that I have heard happens. Sully now all over back of Always into the Kobayashi hairpin and a Kobayashi dive bomb. Beautiful stuff, and it's worked out. Although Always on the outside line with a better exit. More of a run down towards the spoon curve. Maybe, but Sully has the inside line. He lost the advantage here. Both quite low on ERS, and Sully comes out ahead. Pinky just waiting in behind to see if he can pounce on the 2 cars up ahead from battling. Always maybe to come back at Sully down towards 130R in the slipstream. Practically pushing each other. Oh, and they are pushing each other. Pinky!
Yeah.
He has literally just driven through Always there and sent him into a spin. But what a catch by Always. He's only lost about a second from that. That could have been a monumental accident. Now Pinky, DRS, slipstreaming past Sully down the main straight, moves up into 7th. And already not too far away from the champion.
Gap.
Yeah, only 2 seconds away from Kuku now. I must say, I think there might be some desync going on with Always, because first I saw Sully like mounting his car weirdly and then ghosting through, and then Pinky just drove straight through him. Through 130R, and it didn't seem to affect Pinky's car at all, but Always got sent into a spin. So, of course, it could also be that Pinky literally just drove into him like an idiot, but it did seem like an incident that might be caused by desync. But that will be one for the stewards after the race, I suppose. But this top 6 still very much close together here. Gabriel's closed the gap to Dylan a little bit. Of course, the DRS, the slipstream helping with that. And maybe at our... I don't think the mediums are wearing out yet. A bit early for that. But of course, the longer we go into the stint, the more the pendulum will swing in favor of the hards. And the medium runners are going to want the rain to come as soon as possible to make sure that they have the full advantage over the hard runners. Sully may be in position to re-overtake Pinky down to turn 1 here. DRS, slipstream, overtake mode, all of the above. And Sully takes 7th place off Pinky. In the process, Gabriel has also passed Dylan. I did not keep an eye on that at all. I am very sorry. Gabriel back in the lead of the race. I think we'll be seeing quite a few of those DRS swaps. If Pinky and Sully are smart, they're going to try and work together to catch the train as well. It will be mutually beneficial for them.
Yellow flag for pigs.
The spin after turn 2 here. And he rejoins with a broken front wing as well. I think the front right end plate there is gone. If I'm seeing that correctly. Yeah, no end plate on the right hand side of that Sauber. So he's gonna have to go back to the pits, get a new front wing, and then see if he can still recover anything in this race. Of course, with such a large grid, it's much harder to recover from stuff like that. Phantom Fox trying to pull a move round the outside of Bobordino, now to the inside for Spoon, but he backs out. The McLaren driver coming out on top, defending his third place in the end. Phantom, that almost ended in tears there as well. Sully has almost gotten to the DRS of Edwin. He's going to burn a bit of overtake and try to get as close as he possibly can, with the hopes of getting inside 1 second. Of course, the defend from Pinky to close up to the strain and join the fight for the race win. At the moment, it will be Ferrari and Kuko being the champions. Here comes Dylan against
There's
Gabri.
going to be a pass for the lead here, yeah.
And maybe
Sully
Bobordino can
fastest
join the fun as well. Bobordino through the grass, around the outside of Gabri. But Gabri hangs on to second place, just about. Bobordino having a look around the outside, but he backs out of it. Very smart. That would have not ended well whatsoever. Sully hold on to P7 against Pinky. So he's another lap to try and get into the 1 second range of Edwin, and then it will be a lot easier to defend from Pinky. Because both Sully and Pinky in championship fights, just in different championship standings. Pinky in the drivers, Sully in the constructors. They both need to try and catch this train to beat Kuko, to beat Ferrari. And Sully has now connected the trains. He is very close to Edwin, about 7 tenths back. And the 6-wave battle for the win has just turned into an 8-wave battle for the win. Dylan, Gabri, Bobordino, Phantom, Kuko, Edwin, Sully and Pinky, all within range of each other. And then only a 3-second gap to Allwise, another 3 seconds to Papdog, from which you see another train down towards Desi in 14th. The field is very close together tonight.
That can be a good and a bad thing.
Phantom, the closest out of anyone in terms of compared to the car ahead. Maybe looking to put a move. Sean Moon and Papdog battling for 10th. We're going to stay on board with the frontrunners. Gabri, of course, the only one with an actual DS advantage. He is about to overtake Dylan for the lead. There we go. These still seem happy to just swap each lap. Dylan wasn't defending that whatsoever. He put his ES down to none. So it would seem as if Dylan and Gabri are happy to swap every lap and just make sure that they are the ones who are in 1-2 position, rather than fighting each other and potentially ruining each other's races. But I suppose that alliance will definitely come to an end towards the end of the race. Of course, they both are going to want to win this race. Neither of them, I think, have won a race this season. And Gabri, of course, has a lot of incentive to try and win a race tonight. But I think it will depend. If Ferrari are in a position that they don't need the win coming in of the race, he's not going to try everything, I think. He's going to play it safe. Kuko has to drop back to 8th place. What has happened here?
I've no idea.
Kuko with...
There was no flags, so I'm not sure.
he must have had a bit of a half spin maybe, because he dropped from... was he 5th down to 8th? He's now right behind Pinky.
And he's separated the train almost. Edwin's nearly at a DRS.
Yeah, Edwin is burning up a lot of the overtake, but I think Phantom might be letting him back in to allow Sully to stay in the train, or maybe he should try and push out so Sully can overtake Edwin and then let Sully back in. We'll see what the play has been in the end, or if it's worked. Edwin does have DRS, but Sully is still gonna burn some overtake. He's gonna try and make a move on the V-Cup driver. Died. Sully in the slipstream, now pulling out, and that will be 5th place for Sully on the inside line. He has the overspeed. And Dylan also reclaimed the lead at front. And it is Sully up into 5th. Williams now in 4th and 5th place. Ferrari in 2nd and 8th. At the moment, that is Williams scoring 22.
Close to top 4.
At the moment, they are both scoring 22 points, Ferrari and Williams, which would mean Williams won by 4 points.
This top 4 are practically pushing each other through Sector 1.
But then if Gabri reclaims the lead, that will be 7 points more to Ferrari, which would swing the pendulum in their favour. So at the moment, Dylan is the thing that will decide the championship, but of course we are so far away from the end of the race. We have still got 19 laps around Suzuka. Kuko has lost contact to the leading train, and that could be championship deciding, of course. If Pinky moves forward a bit, he needs to make up 11 points.
He would need to get to P3, as it stands.
He would need to get P3, which is far from impossible. It's only 4 car scenes to overtake, remember? And with Cuckoo stuck down in 8th, not in contention for any overtakes right now at least. Well, Pinky might actually have a chance to come back into the championship fight after the abysmal qualifying he had, where he was busy driving around Inter for some reason. But Gabri, once again, with a run on Dylan, you would think. DRS enabled, ERS enabled, Phantom Fox with a run on Bobardino as well. 2x2 down the main straight. Gabri claimed the lead and Phantom Fox claiming 3rd place. Williams moving up once again. They've now got 25 points. Ferrari have got 29. They are currently tied.
And who wins on countback?
I would imagine Ferrari?
Ferrari, probably.
I think Kuka has more wins. But
Sully, has Sully won a race?
Let's go check that. Let's go check that.
I know they got a 1-2 in Spain.
Kuka has picked up 2 wins. Gabriel has picked up 0 wins. Sully has picked up 2 wins, and Phantom Fox has picked up 1 win. So
they have 3.
Williams have 3, and Ferrari have 2.
Be tied. Yeah, but then, like this.
Okay, can you go count the second places? But Gabriel's actually broken DRS Dylan now.
We'll count the count back later if we need to.
I would like to know in a moment, to be honest. Well, but I can't take attention away from the race for so long. I suppose we'll work that out when the race has been a bit quieter. Because right now we've got Phantom Fox setting up a move for P2 and Sully setting up a move for P4 here as well. Maybe onto 130R? No. Sully decides to be a bit more patient. But I think down towards the Casio Triangle. There we go, up the inside. And the Williams man. Oh, and Bobardino goes into the back of Phantom Fox, picks up damage. And drops behind Sully. That worked out perfectly for Williams. Bobardino now with damage, and he will be holding up everyone behind. Phantom Fox overtaking Dylan for 2nd place. Sully, can he follow through? He can't. But Williams now in 2nd and 4th.
Oh, Bobardino into the back again. In the event of P2s, Ferrari would win.
Do they have... how many more do they have?
4.
Okay. So Williams have currently 3 wins and Ferrari 2. So, but if Ferrari pick up a win and then there's a tie, then Ferrari would win that tie because they have more P2s. But if there's a tie where Ferrari don't win this race, Williams win on countback because they have more wins. Bobardino going off, and he's taking out Kuko!
He's out!
Bobardino's out of the race, and Kuko with wing damage, and that should be a safety car. And Kuko with a lot of work to do now. He's down in 11th place with wing damage, 12th place even.
12th.
As Bobardino spun out and collected Kuko, the championship leader. Pinky up in 6th. Pinky currently scoring 8, Kuko scoring 0. That would still be a Kuko championship, but he will be reliant on Pinky staying in 6th.
Williams championship though.
Sully will be double stacking behind Phantom. He will drop significantly.
So Pinky will jump to 5th.
I reckon he will drop behind Pinky, but he will stay ahead of Always. Yeah, Pinky will be scoring 10 after the pit stops here. Because I'm guessing everyone is coming in. There's no reason not to. And then... But what is interesting to see now, what tire did they go on to? How far away from the rain are we? Gabri's not pitting. Phantom is, Dylan isn't, Sully is, Edwin is, Pinky is in, Always is in, Mihai is in, Pub Dog is in. Looking like a case of Ferrari strategy for Gabri, and Dylan, I'm not quite sure what to joke about there. We're usually not incompetent.
Flavor's going for a lot of track position here.
Yeah, he does jump up to 3rd place, but everyone behind on fresh tires. Of course, the thinking, I guess, is that the rain is coming very soon if they are not pitting. Otherwise, like, I mean,
some people pitted onto hards.
Yeah, good point. So you wouldn't pit onto hards if the rain wasn't coming soon. If the rain was coming soon. Yeah, get what I'm saying. So you're not a single soft tire, so the rain is not coming in the next 5 minutes or anything.
You'd think we'd be able to see the weather forecast.
No, that is way too advanced. You can't expect that from a Codemasters Formula 1 game. EA are a small indie publisher.
Maybe by F1 74. we might.
Maybe
but that'd be
EA will have made enough billions by then to afford a weather forecast for spectators. But you can't blame them, they are a small indie company after all.
Ah, yes.
Right, but with that safety car, oh, we've already worked out the countback.
Yes.
I was gonna say we can work it out. I suppose we can work out EA's revenue. Let's do something useful. EA revenue. About 1.6 billion in June 2024 alone.
Oh.
Small indie company making 1.6 billion a month. Can't afford weather forecasts for spectators. Simply too advanced. But yeah, mostly mediums, a couple hards from the pit stops, the guys who pit stopped. Gabri Flavors out on the hards, Dylan staying out on the mediums. Dylan's tires must be pretty worn out by now. I'm very confused by that strategy, to be honest. But the situation now, Pinky up in 5th place, scoring 10. If he overtakes one singular car, he'd be champion. Dylan in the pits, Pinky is now champion. Kuka will jump up to 11th with that. But yeah, right now Pinky scoring 12 and Kuku scoring 0. Kuku's back in the pits again! And going on to mediums, they didn't change his wing! Ferrari didn't change the wing last time around!
Oh my god.
And Kuku is down in last place!
So all Pinky has to do right now is keep it there.
Yeah, he needs to finish 4th or 5th with fastest lap. If Kuku scores 0. Since he's 11 points behind and would definitely win on countback with the amount of wins he has. 11
Like,
points will be enough.
got 7 cars to navigate.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine Kuku's definitely gonna go back into the points. But how much further than that can he still go?
Because like Pinky has a good shot of being P2, P1 here. With the tyre age of Gabri and Flavor's tyres.
Yeah, that as well. He's effectively P2 in terms out of the ones who pitted.
But he also could get jumped by Edwin because of his tyre temps.
Yeah, but saying out of the cars who pitted, he is currently running in 2nd place. Flavors and Gabri should be easy pickings on those old tires for everyone in behind. They could of course cause some chaos. But I mean, Ferrari have taken the safety car and used it to throw away everything, the entire season. They've kept Gabri out on old tires, and they've not changed Kuku's front wings so he come in again. So, of course, we are in a Formula 1 video game here, it's not actually Ferrari doing anything, but it's so fitting.
How I imagine Charles Leclerc if he was ever in a championship deciding race.
Yeah, this is exactly what would Ferrari do in a scenario like this. Oh! I just saw Williams like going straight into a barrier, but then he teleported back to the track.
Williams would never crash under a safety car restart.
Never.
Definitely not, especially not in Bahrain.
Well, BS Gabri slowing down the field now. Safety car has been called in, and we'll be back on the way. Kuku down in last place with a lot of work to do. Currently, Williams and Pinky would be your champions after this race, if it were to end like this. But we've got 15 laps left to go in this race to change that. Here we go. Gabri with a good restart. He's caught Flavors napping, but that also means Flavors will immediately lose position to Phantom here, I think. Phantom in the slipstream of Willy. Phantom is going to find a way around Flavors. No, he's not. Flavors hang out to 2nd place, which will of course be crucial for Gabri as well. But Phantom, what a move there, as he sneaks up the inside and claims 2nd place. And now Pinky's the one stuck behind Flavors. Through the S section, the most crucial part of the lap, in terms of lap time at least. And he can't find a way around the Mercedes. Maybe now towards Dunlop curve. A switch back into Degner. And be quite an unorthodox pace in the overtake, but Pinky needs to get past here, and he has. Pinky up in the 3rd place. Phantom already all over the back of Gabri here. And Gabri with a bit of a wobble coming out of Degner too. Phantom down towards Kobayashi hairpin. Can he send it on a Ferrari? He can't. Goes in the back of him instead. And now with a switchback on the exit. No, not quite. Edwin with the move on Flavors as well. Flavors getting dropped down the order very fast. On those old hard tires. Already lost 3 places in the
What's happening at the back?
I'm not sure. How's Dylan so far at the back now? What happened to him?
Kuko's already out!
Oh! Another safety car, and Kuko's out of the race! And all Pinky needs to do is finish 4th or above. What happened to Kuko?
I'm going to have to clip that to look back.
And that is a potentially championship defining moment once again on the last race of Kuko. Last season already he lost it in the final laps of the race with an incident. With another car, he got taken out.
He dipped his car into the grass.
He just spun on his own?
Going for a move. Are you able to look at moves mid-race? Is that something you are...
I mean, I can look at it, but I can't show it on stream.
That's okay. Just so you have an idea of yourself, because I did catch it on camera.
Yeah, you can send me the clip and I'll have a look at my phone.
Okay.
Gabriel Flavors picks Dylan in. And Kuko out of this race. Pinky up in 2nd place. And they are actually ahead of the safety car. They're all very carefully moving around the safety car. No one wants to drive into it because they know their car will explode if they do. But of course, it's massive for both championships. Ferrari are down to just 1 car, and that car's running in 13th. While Williams are in 1st and 6th, and Pinky up in 2nd place. He needs to finish 5th or lower for Kuko to still win the championship.
Now, I'm not sure if anything happened prior to what happened to Kuko, because obviously you saw the thing going crazy at the bottom. On the, like, everyone was changing positions like mad.
I didn't even catch it, I was focused on the front.
I know, I didn't catch it until like near the very end where he crashed, but beforehand, they were changing positions left, right and center. Something must have happened. Has the clip sent to you?
I haven't gotten anything yet, no. Yeah, I'll check if I have it on PlayStation.
That will go amazing in the Drive to Survive video.
When did you send it?
Your messages.
Where? Ah, PlayStation, I got
PlayStation.
it. Oh, yeah, okay. So he was about to go into the back of Marcelio, he tried to avoid him by going left, and then he drove into the grass between the hairpin and spoon curve, so in that little like flat out right kink. And he just went over the grass, lost the car and into the barrier out of the race. And brought out a safety car. Oh my god. And Pinky, after starting 17th, now
We
in a
thought he was
position
purposely rigging the championship.
against himself, and now he's running in 2nd. 18 points to his name. 11 points behind Kuko before this race. Currently 7 points ahead, and nothing Kuko can do about it anymore. He needs to simply hope that Pinky finishes 5th or lower, and even if he is 5th, he could save himself with the fastest lap, and then having equal points to Kuko but winning on countback, since he has more race wins this season. 12 laps to go in this race. There is some rain left predicted. So we'll see if that can change anything. Safety car not being called in just yet, it seems. So we'll have one more lap of safety car running. Despite the fact that
strange, like
everyone is
there.
here. Yeah, I think because they were actually driving at the safety car until this lap. Because the safety car, like, for some reason let everyone pass in the S section. So yeah, we have one more lap of safety car running now. I'm still unsure where that rain is that was predicted. It should be coming down by now, you would think. They said 30 minutes in, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We've only got 4 drivers on hard tires.
Yeah, Action Rig, Sully, Owise and Pinky now have a very hard time warming those up. So even though Cuckoo's out, I don't think his hope is lost yet. Pinky finishing 5th or lower is not impossible for sure. Especially given his current strategy, he has a major tire disadvantage, especially on restarts. Compared to the cars around him, those hards will be very cold. And it will give the cars behind him a chance. And Gabby down in 13th, he needs to basically 2 versus 1 with 2 Williams, while 4 points behind. And yeah, a lot of cars in between him and them as well.
I mean, even if he wins, all Williams would need is a 4-5.
Yeah. That would be enough for Williams, that's good. Good point. But the safety car will be in this lap. And with how many twists and turns we've seen in this race,
neither of them get fastest lap.
I am not counting anything as decided yet. Drivers currently going in favor of Pinky, constructors going in favor of Williams. With Cuckoo out of the race, that is unlikely to change. But we know Division 2 and the unlikely might as well be likely at some points. Safety car in this lap will be back on the way once Phantom Fox restarts the race. You can now slow down the field, create a gap in the safety car and decide when to start accelerating. And hope to try and catch Pinky off guard, build a gap and run away with this race for what would be his second race in a row if he were to hang on to this position 1. Phantom Fox setting up for a good exit maybe. He's gonna go out the corner. No, he's gonna wait a little bit longer still. Now he's gone. Oh, bit of a slide.
Whoa.
But so Pinky is still far enough behind, and Phantom Fox is definitely safe down to him. But look at Sully, he's all over the back of Sean there. Down towards the first corner, but he's gonna back out of it. No ES usage. And everyone's staying largely the same. Gabby battling with Flames and Action Brake. He's up into 12th now. No changes at the front. Mihai trying to maybe go around yet of Sully. That would have never worked. And Padlock's now been invited in. But also not quite. Doesn't crash the back. Dylan and Action Brake are off. And we've got a virtual safety car. As Dylan and Action Brake rejoin the track. Action Brake with no front wing and Dylan with half a front wing.
Interesting.
So that's their races once again, firmly down the drain after the 2 safety cars we had. And they're gonna have to go back to the pit lane, get a new front wing and hope for one more safety car to salvage anything today. But still, I don't see any rain. We're still waiting on it. So you of course allowing everyone to recharge their batteries once again, maybe warm those tires out a little bit more, and then we should be back underway soon. There we go, back on the green flags, and Phantom Fox with a good restart. Edwin all over the back of Pinky here. Maybe be able to make a move down into turn 1 with a good exit here. Oh, he has a better line than Pinky, but not the best of exits. Needs to use quite a bit of Alltech DRS enabled of course from next lap onwards. There will be DRS usage down the main straight. Sully may be close enough to go for more move on Sean. No. Everyone's staying where they are. We've got Desi up the inside of Lanky Brown into turn 1. Dylan of course back to the pit lane.
Instead of rain on its way, it's starting to get sunny.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, actually true. I feel like I'm seeing more sun than I was at the start. At the start, when I saw the clouds, I thought, oh, it's gonna rain like 2 laps in, but no. You know, flags. And this time, Woo4. What happened?
I saw Mihai lost a position, but I don't know.
Yeah, but only 1. I'm not sure. Maybe he caught it very quickly. Whoever it was. Pinky has now lost DRS to Phantom Fox. And he's much lower on ES as well, so I think Phantom Fox will be able to keep that gap to Pinky open. Of course, the tire advantage
Pinky
in favor.
Need to be a hero.
Yeah, Pinky needs to finish 4 for above, and right now, and the only car even close to him is Edwin.
Seconds.
Yeah.
Like, he could let Edwin run off into the sunset if he wanted.
He could just let Edwin go and stay on his ass. Stay close to him, use him to get away from the cars in behind for more and more. And that will be enough for him.
If he dropped... It's only if he dropped into the Always train that he'd be in trouble.
Exactly. Phantom Fox in the fastest lap, and Pinky indeed. No ERS used whatsoever, he lets Edwin go without a fight. Sean passing Owise, and here comes Sully. On Owise, and maybe Sean as well, round the outside in turn 1. He's gonna try it. Sully with the hero move, but he backs out in the end. Sean will hangs on. Papdog now round the outside of Owise. Here comes another hero move. And he also has to back out.
That's the first penalty of the day on lap 19.
Gabi up until 11th as Marcelio had a spin through the S section. Gabi now on the back of Lanky Brown. That would be him back into the points if he can make that move happen. Papdog going round the outside of Owise. Oh, Owise jumping over the inside curb at Deckner 1. Rejoins the track in 7th next to his teammate, and they clash!
He's crashed into his teammate.
Oh! Thankfully both Aston Martins still in the race, but that was a significant time loss for both of them.
And very unfortunate timing as well.
Edwin back in DRS to Phantom Fox. Just about. And Pinky, he will be very happy over that. It means he's back in the lead train. Sean with a move. Sean getting overtaken by Sully, sorry. 3.5 seconds gap from Pinky to Sully. But Sean might try to overtake Sully down towards turn 1. I think he is very close behind the Williams man. And has a good chance to claim that 4th place back from him. Only 8 laps to go. That rain is really like letting us wait.
I have a feeling it's just not coming.
Yeah, at this point, if it's gonna come, it's gonna be only for a couple laps. Which could, I mean, imagine rain like 3 laps from the end. Do you pit or not? That could be crazy.
Lando
Papdog up the inside of Sean into turn 1, all over the curb, loses it, catches it, and stays in 6th place. Gap from Pinky to Sully continuing to open up 4 seconds now. Pinky, and he would need to finish lower than 4th, remember. This train would have to catch him, and 2 of the cars in this train would have to overtake him. For Pinky to still lose the championship. It looks to be in his hands. So we approach the final stage of this race. We are in lap 20 of 27. Williams in 1st and 4th, currently scoring 37. Gabi in 9th, scoring 2 for Ferrari. Meaning the gap currently is 36 points in favor of Williams. The drivers, it's currently 4 points in favor of Pinky. And the thing is, if Kuka was still in this race, Pink could actually be under pressure, because all Kuka would need is an 8th place, which is very doable. Would have been very doable. But that crash that Kuka had, it will come back to haunt him, it seems. Well, I'm sure it's already haunting him right now. Lucky Brown picking up a 3-second time penalty.
And final races have not gone well together the last couple of seasons.
Mihai in the pit lane. Interesting. I don't see wing damage. Soft compound tires for Mihai. He was running in the points. What? Why? Lucky Brown and Flavors battling over 10th position. Flavors coming out on top through turn 1. Gabriel now up into 8th and on the back of Desi. So continuing to make his way through the field, trying to salvage as much as he can for Ferrari to be there in case anything crazy happens to the Williams cars. Papdog picking up a 3-second time penalty. And that helps Pinky even more. Makes him even more secure in that position up ahead. Because of the 3 cars that are chasing him, only 2 can actually beat him on track now and keep the position. Gabi completes the move on Desi up into 7th. 3 seconds back from Sean now. 6 laps to go, but Gabi has wing damage. Front right end plate missing, yep. Not sure when he picked that one up. But Gabi's driving around with damage. Whoa, Pix! Bit of a wobble there coming out of the spoon curve. He's caught it. Pinky has dropped out of DRS to Edwin. Although I'm not sure if he was out of DRS detection point. Yes, he was. No DRS for Pinky anymore. He has lost contact with the race leaders. Phantom Fox safe from Edwin this lap. Pap Dog barely hang on to the 1 second gap of Sully. Gabri having to defend from Desi down to turn 1. Does hang on to 7th. Is there gonna be one more twist in this Japanese Grand Prix? One more change in the story of this championship fight that has been going on all season? Pinky and Kuko. It came down to those two in the end. Kuko no longer here to defend himself, and Pinky running in 3rd place. Doing... Oh! Almost! I just changed his camera onto him and he was like 45 degrees sideways coming out of Degner 2. Pointing towards the barrier and then he caught it.
I didn't see that, so...
That would have been... Imagine I do that speech, I go onto Pinky's onboard and he crashes immediately. That would have been one hell of a clip. But thankfully for Pinky, he is still in the race. And still in contention. Still in position to win this championship. Sully is now closing in. The gap coming down a little bit. We're now at 3.7 seconds. Of course, Pinky no longer with the benefit of having DRS from Edwin and Phantom up ahead. He can't just be pulled along. But we are running out of laps. Is Sully gonna have enough time to catch back up to Pinky and overtake him? And is Sully even gonna want to? Because of course, Pinky, he's gonna defend that for his life because it's the deciding position for his championship. But for Sully, he already has his championship. It doesn't matter. Sean overtaking Pap Dog for 5th. Gabri is not gonna be able to close that gap with the wing damage. That is just not gonna be a thing, I think. He needs to hope for a miracle. Ferrari need a miracle here in Japan. Pinky dropping back more and more now. Gap now 2 seconds. And the gap to Sully down to only 3 seconds. Marcelli into the pit lane. And the sky is lightening up more and more. That rain, it's not coming down.
Yeah, I don't think we're seeing any of that.
Yeah, only 4 laps to go. And the closer we get to the end of this race, the more it seems like Pinky and Williams have this in the bag. And Ferrari have once again thrown it away on the last possible moment, as they so often do. So many strategic mistakes by Ferrari throughout the years in Formula 1, and it seems to have creeped in here in Division 2 as well. Phantom Fox still battling for the race win with Edwin, but it seems almost a side plot. Of course, Phantom Fox in the Williams is fighting for a championship, but whether he finishes P2 or P1 doesn't change anything about that. They would be winning nonetheless. Pap Dog and Sean battling over 5th once again, and it is Pap Dog coming out on top. Gap from Gabri to Pap Dog opening up more and more as well. Gabri is not closing in on the trains ahead at all. Gap from Pinky to Sully now only 2.6. Sully is definitely closing in. But the thing is, Sully can pass him. Pinky's still in 4th, that would still be enough. Pinky would need to drop to 5th. And Sean is another 2.5 seconds back, and we don't have that many laps to go. We do not have enough laps to go, I think, for Pinky to drop far enough back. And I think Pinky is driving towards his first ever, the first ever Division 2 championship won by a man not named Sean Moole, unless Sean Moole himself can do anything about it. Which wouldn't change anything, it would still be the first non-Sean Moole championship, which was won by Kuko instead. But, I don't know, it seemed like a nice idea to say that, until I realized, no.
Bro is not cooking.
Edwin is as close as he's ever been to Phantom, but is he even gonna want to go for the move, or will he wait until the last lap? It does seem like Pinky is picking up the pace a little bit. He's getting closer once again. Does he want to win this championship in style and pick up the race win on track? Of course, the tires, those old mediums, are probably wearing out a lot more than the hards. And it will mean that Pinky might have the faster tire by now. Same goes for Sully, of course, but he's a lot further back. Lap 25 out of 27. It's too late for any more safety cars, I think. So that will not be a deciding factor in this race. Phantom chased by Edwin, chased by Pinky, chased by Sully. Gap from Sully to Sean, 4.5 seconds. At this point, it is entirely in Pinky's hand. No one is catching him to drop him down to 5th place. And we are setting up for a battle for the race win between Phantom and Edwin that will go down to the line, to the last lap of the season, last lap of the race. And Pinky, of course, well, how much is he gonna risk it? He is now in 1 second gap. But they know, of course, that Pinky has a lot more to lose than them. If Edwin or Phantom, well, particularly Edwin, he is fighting for nothing, and even Phantom, if he crashes, Williams still win, because Sully outscores Gabri. So they don't have a whole lot to lose here. But Pinky has everything to lose in the last 2 laps of this race now. It's crunch time. One more.
Pinky could almost spin and get away with it, with the gap he has to Sean.
You still don't, yeah, I think you still want to test that theory, do you? Pump Dog now passing Sean, Gabri, sorry, Pix passing Desi. You've got a yellow flag for Dylan, I believe. No, Marcelio, sorry.
Marcelio.
I confused the decal for Red Bull.
How dare you?
Yeah, it's a very easy mistake to make. I'm very sorry.
Nah, shambles.
Edwin has a lot of EAS to work with here, over 90%, and Phantom is down to 50. Pinky also down to about 50. It does seem like Edwin is set up the best for this race win, as we approach the final lap of the race. In terms of the fastest lap, we're gonna have a quick look. It is currently held by Edwin, a 1:30.711, but I see Mihai and Marcelio in the pits. They might try and claim it later on. And here we go. We've got one more lap to go after this one. One more DRS zone. That would be the best chance for Edwin to overtake Phantom. Of course, there is the run down towards the Casio triangle at the end of the lap, which will give one more chance for the car behind to fight back. But let's see, is Edwin going to go for it in turn 1? Is he able to go for it in turn 1? Does he want to go for it in turn 1? You know, flags for one of the Mercedes cars, but currently we're going to have to be on board with this fight for the race win.
I think
Phantom getting out of the final corner very well, and he is safe from Edwin for now. Edwin will not be able to pass him.
You think he's saving it for an attack late on if he's doing it?
Yeah, there will be one more chance. Down towards 130, yeah, but can Phantom hang on? Has he done enough here? He's got a bit of a ES recovery now. Edwin is used a bit. He tried a half-hearted attempt to turn 1, it seems, and he's now a bit low on ES than he was before. Of course, still has plenty left, but not as much of an advantage over Phantom Fox as he had before. The championship at this point, not even worth thinking about unless a miracle does happen. We are only thinking about the fight in the race win here. Edwin, 5/10 back from Phantom Fox. That will be too far. Sean Moore will spin on the last lap, and Sean summing up his season in the perfect way on the last lap of it. Here? Yeah, well, not even picking up points. Wow.
If he gets one overtake, will do it. Boom.
And while Pinky is driving towards his championship, Edwin and Phantom battling over P1. Last season's champion Sean outside of the points, Kuker out of the race, and Pinky is slowing down. What is he doing? He's let Sully pass, and he's gonna stop in 130. He's gonna stop right here, and he is letting people pass, and he will finish down in, what's this, 8th place now, but Phantom has picked up the race win. Edwin in 2nd place, Sully in 3rd place, Pop Dog coming home in 4th on track, will give it to Gabri on penalties. Gabri finishing 4th, Pop Dog in 5th, sorry, Pix in 5th, Pop Dog 6th, Desi 7th, Flavors in 8th place in the end, just enough Lanky Brown. Shomul does pick up 2 points at least. Lanky Brown 11th has always picked up 10th, and Pinky doing donuts for... Sorry, what do I do with this? Do I sit here and shout about Kuko being champion now? Can anyone celebrate this?
I don't even think Kuko wants to.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Pinky is doing. He's just given the championship to Kuko and decided he's not bothered. This is the worst possible finale I could have imagined. It's not even a show of sportsmanship or anything like that. It's not like Pinky is the deserving champion, let's be honest. The way he's been driving this season, he was by far the best driver. And if he hadn't missed, was it 3 races, I think, there wouldn't even be a fight over it. And we've got him doing donuts on the last lap of the race, instead of just picking up his deserved championship win. But congratulations to Kuko, nonetheless. Kuko is your season 14 Division 2 champion. And Williams Icon Constructors Championship winners Phantom Fox and Sully coming home in 1st and 3rd, picking up 25 and 15 points, 40 points in total for Williams. Ferrari only 12 points for Gabi in the end. Kuko's DNF derailing any chance for them, but even if Kuko had been in this race, with Williams finishing in 1st and 3rd, there isn't much he could have done about that one. Considering they were already 4 points behind going into the race. And that has been Season 14 in F1 Total. A thoroughly enjoyable season. The title fight, I would say, a bit... well, it was exciting still throughout this race. It just... the ending of it was... yeah. A bit Game of Thrones-esque, I would say, this one. Just thrown away, like, 2 corners before the end for... If he had at least had the decency of faking a crash. To make it look real. Yeah. Pinky said he would let Kuko win. I thought he was joking. I didn't think he actually would. Then I read the qualifying. I thought, well, yeah, he actually is gonna do it. Then he drove normally. I thought, okay, we'll have a championship fight. Then he does this on the last lap. Yeah. It's disappointing that it ends this way, but it's what we got in the end, and not the way I think I would have liked the championship to end, and I doubt anyone else would have liked that. I can't speak for Kuko, but I would imagine that feels like a pretty empty championship. Not one you actually won, but rather one you were just given. But nonetheless, it will go down in history as the first Division 2 champion not named Sean Moole and driving a Williams. But still, Williams keeping their dominance. Constructors champions, once again, without any sort of shenanigans at the end there. Fair and square. Well, I say fair and square. Kuko also won fair and square, not like he did anything wrong. And Pinky didn't do anything wrong either. There's nothing illegal about letting another driver win. It's just weird and... I don't know. Not what I would have liked to see, I think, for this final race. But Williams can celebrate their race win. Phantom Fox with 2 race wins in a row. Last week in Abu Dhabi, today in Japan. The fact that he came in late in the season to take a Williams seat, I think, was the deciding factor in Williams picking up this win. Sully, of course, with an awesome season as well, and not to talk that down at all. Just the fact that he had been alone for most of the season made it quite hard for him, and then having the help of another very strong driver in Phantom Fox picking up podiums and good points and race wins. Yeah, made Williams able to recover so late in the season and pick up the Constructors Championship once again in Division 2. And with that, Season 14 is done. That was the last race of the season. Any final words from you?
I don't know what to say. Like, that's not how a championship should end. It's disappointing, but I've got to say congratulations to Kuko. I mean, after the way it ended for him last season, he's bounced back well enough to win the title, even if it wasn't on his own merit. Or on his own... merit sounds wrong. On his own accord.
Kuko's led a very, very strong season. Let's not take anything away from that.
Yeah.
He would have been a very deserving champion if he had won it normally. And I still think he's a deserving champion. I would have just liked to see it done naturally. But Kuko, after having missed out last season with a last lap crash involving Marco and Pinky, where Marco had crashed both of them out, essentially. That's what the stewards decided to be the verdict, so you can say it, yeah, Marco crashed them both out. Took them out of the fight for the Drivers' Championship, gave it back to Sean Moole right at the end. Now Pinky, well, slowed down on the last lap and gave Kluko his championship for season 14. Yeah, and that is the Formula 1 game done for a little while. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with the Australian Grand Prix in season 15. The 26th of October will be the first race in Division 1 and the 30th of October in Division 2. As always, of course, Saturdays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. UK. Until then, we do have a GT7 race on Saturday, a 3-hour endurance race around Bathurst, starting at 6:30 p.m. UK, a little bit earlier, of course, due to the longer race time. We'd like to finish at a reasonable hour. So yeah, hope you're excited for that one as well. And yeah, see you all. Well, I'll be streaming on Saturday, but in terms of Formula 1, see you all next season. Hope you enjoyed season 14, and I think season 15 will be even better. Thank you all for watching. Have a nice evening, and goodbye.